So my story kind of begins when I was about 10 years old. And when I was 10 years old, my brother Todd Leslie, ended up getting married. And, for his wedding, he decided that he wanted to get married in Santa Barbara, California. Now, if you guys don't know about Santa Barbara, it is a beautiful town in California with these palm trees that and this wonderful temperature, not too cold, not too hot, and with these rolling hills, Santa Barbara with these amazingly beautiful homes. And when I went to Santa Barbara for the first time, I thought, what a wonderful place to get married. And for our wedding, my whole dad's side of the family came down to Santa Barbara to witness my oldest brother's, Todd's wedding. Now, the thing about this wedding that was special was that it was actually ended up being at this amazing house. And I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't realize it exactly. But my dad's side of the family had pitched some money together to get this amazing house and that we were all going to stay in together. So this was a really great time for me because I had really enjoyed being with all my cousins, and I was especially excited to be with my cousin Jack. Jack was like one of those kids who was a lot older, but just like that cool teenager that you just wanted to be around. So when I was about 10 years old, Jack was about 16, 17 years old, and he was like the guy always wanted to be around, always wanted to hang out with, and he was just the coolest guy to me. So I always made sure that I was kind of by Jack's side whenever I could be. And one day that ended up taking me to this lemon tree in our backyard of this big house that we were at. It had a really nice lemon tree, and I remember Jack at the time. He was really into lacrosse. There's a lemon tree right there, and he was really into lacrosse. He was a big lacrosse player. He loved it. He actually ended up getting recruited for a D1 scholarship. But Jack loved lacrosse, and he had ended up bringing his lacrosse stick with him down from where he lived in Texas. So we decided that we would practice a little bit of lacrosse. Of course, I was willing to do anything to spend some time with Jack. So when he asked me, I was honored to practice lacrosse with him. Now, I wasn't the best at it, so he ended up just throwing the balls at me. And it was like I would try to dodge him, and it was really fun. But after a while, we ran out of balls, and we had to start using the lemons from the lemon tree. So when we used the lemons, one time the lemon ended up going over the fence, and we were like, "Wow, that's kind of cool. We should make a game out of that." And of course, me being me, I wanted to do whatever Jack wanted to do, so we decided to make a game out of it. We ended up launching the lemons with Jack's lacrosse stick as far as we possibly could over, a couple different neighbors' yards, and we were like, all right, now let's go find the lemon because we had marked it with an X. So we decided that from there on out, we were going to adventure across the neighbors' yards to go find this lemon that Jack had launched with the lacrosse stick and that we had marked with the Sharpie. So we hop over the first neighbor's yard, and right away we run into trouble. There was a dog in there that we didn't even know about. We had to hop over the fence, and then there was this dog, and it came running after us right away. He started barking, and we're like, uh-oh. So we ended up hopping back over the fence right away and saying, this isn't going to work. And from there, we're like, all right, well, let's just go ahead and walk down the street a little ways and see if we can find out, maybe get a little closer to it from the street before we start going into other people's yards. And that's when we came across this building, kind of like this one. It looked like could be a house, and we thought that probably it was a house. The only difference is that there was a gate around this one, a black gate. And so, Jack, of course, helped me over the gate because we thought it might be in this person's yard, and they didn't look like they were home at the time. So we hop over the yard, us thinking it's a home, but we quickly came to realize that it, in fact, was not a home, and that when we walked out in the neighbor's yard, somebody had come out, and we were very startled, and I saw that it was a nun, in her robes, and I got extremely scared. I'd never seen a nun before. I didn't even know what a nun was called at the time, and I got extremely scared and startled, and we started running as fast as we could to the wall, and as we were running, I saw the lemon, and as soon as I saw the lemon, I ended up running over that way a little bit, running back a little bit in order to get the lemon, and I was scared to death, but I was just thought I could get it real quick. And then we ran. Jack had to lift me up over the wall because it was a tall cement gray wall. And I was a little short at the time. I was only 10 years old. Jack had to throw me over. So he slung me over the wall, hopped over himself. And next thing you know, we're in the neighbor's yard. This was a four corner house, so we hopped over to the neighbor's yard, but then there were still two more corners to the house. Almost, I like the four corners here with Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona. So we hop over to the next person's yard, and the dogs again started coming after us. This time we didn't see them as quickly, but we heard them. We heard a bunch of dogs barking, so we quickly had to jump over the next wall. And once we got over the next wall, what we saw is that there was no problems, and luckily we were able to just run to the street from that point, from the neighbor's yard, and get out of there. So we got the lemon in the end, and after that I was so paranoid because I felt like, oh no, are they going to call the cops? Of course, I'm only 10 years old, right? So I thought, oh no, are they going to call the cops? What's going to happen? And Jack was, pulling my tail the whole time. Yeah, oh yeah, I don't know, Cody. They might call the cops on us. Oh, I don't know. That nun seemed pretty upset, Cody. And I was getting scared to death. So I talked to my mom about it at the dinner table, and I quickly came to realize that Jack had been pulling my tail the whole time, and everybody was cracking up and laughing because Jack had pulled a good prank on me. And that was one of the fun stories that I remember from that family reunion.